okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Good job.
Let's start with Nadi Shodhana, alternate nostril breathing this morning, just to get ourselves in a balanced place with our brains. So sit however's comfortable for you, and then your right hand's going to come up to your face, your two peace fingers resting around the third eye, and or curled in toward your nose, and then right thumb over right nostril, ring finger over left nostril. Just breathe in through both nostrils to begin, and exhale through both. And then on the next inhale, close off your right nostril with your thumb, breathing in through the left. When you get to the top, you can pinch both nostrils gently to hold the breath for a moment, and then exhale through the right nostril. When you get to the bottom of your exhale, you can hold, and then inhale through the right. Hold at the top, and exhale through the left. And that's one round. We'll do 3 more. Inhaling through the left. Hold, and exhale through the right. Hold, and then inhale through the right. And then exhale through the left. You can lengthen your holds if that feels good for you. You can go at your own rhythm. Just switching nostrils after the inhale. Inhaling through the same nostril that you exhale out of. This is a wonderful way to reset the nervous system and to balance both hemispheres of the brain. Also help to clear the sinuses, so if you need to blow your nose, feel free to grab a tissue. Whenever you exhale through the left side, you can let your hand come on down. You can also tuck the chin in toward the chest. And just notice what feels different here for you. And then we'll come into our first hold of class, which is going to be melting heart, child's pose. So you can have your bolster in front of you to rest your arms on. And then child's pose, it's just knees out wide, big toes in touching. And you're resting your forehead down toward the mat. If it feels good to have your forearms on the bolster, this melting heart pose allows you to drop in deeper with the chest, and also gets into the neck a little bit more too. If it doesn't feel good on the shoulders to have the arms elevated, you can do a traditional child's pose. You can also even bring the hands down alongside the body for another version of child's pose. And if you are desiring a tricep stretch, you can bend at the elbows and have the palms come together and have them rest behind the head. And you'll feel that pull on the triceps to loosen them up a bit. There's several options here, just find whichever one works in your body. And then breathe, obviously you can close your eyes. There's not much to see in this pose except your mat. So if it feels okay for you to close your eyes, you can get about 20% of your brain's energy back by just turning off that one sense. And you can also start to notice the sensations through the body and the other 4 senses even more. You can feel the air on your skin, or the touch of the mat on your for the sound that's furthest away from you. You would bring your awareness to whatever sound is closest to you, maybe even sounds inside the body, the sound of the breath moving in and out through your nostrils. You can also start to notice any tension you might be holding in the face, the jaw. Sometimes we clench our jaw without really noticing it. You can take this time to loosen that up and relax as best you can. Just a couple more breaths here in this pose. And when you're ready, you can start to lift the chest up and gently move your bolster out of the way and come into a tabletop position. And from here, we'll come into our thread the needle or twisting child's pose. So on an inhale, lift that left arm up toward the ceiling, stretch it out, and then exhale, release the left arm down to the floor. You can have your left palm facing up or down. Your shoulder and your left ear are just going to melt down into the mat and just, again, release tension here. You can keep the right hand where it is in front of the face, or you can start to reach it out toward the front of your mat. Give a nice stretch in the shoulders. Or you can also bring it around behind your back, maybe looping it and holding on to your inner left thigh. Again, these are all options. You can try them out and see which one feels best in your body, and then find some stillness and relax. And breathe. You can imagine sending the breath into the internal organs that are twisting in this pose right now. Just wringing out any stagnant energy in the digestive tract. Clearing the way, making space. Allowing that energy to move. Twists help us release toxins more easily. They improve our digestion, boost our metabolism, and a lot of times they just feel good. So enjoy this twisting child's pose for a few more breaths. And you can treat this class like a meditation where if your mind starts to wander, you can gently bring it back to the breath, to the present moment, to the sensations in the body. And just be gentle with your mind. It can be like a wandering puppy. So just want to be gentle, guide it back. stuck anywhere. Just see if you can allow it to be as it is without trying to manipulate or change it. And then also noticing that sometimes just bringing our awareness to the breath automatically smooths it out, slows it down. Last breath here. And when you're ready, you can bring the right hand back in front of the face if you haven't moved. Start to reach that left arm back up to the ceiling as you inhale. And then we'll exhale, release it on down. Nice. And in your tabletop position, we'll just tuck the toes under, press into all four corners of the wrist. Just start to move around here. You can move in circles or forward and back. We're just opening up the wrists, stretching out the bottom of the feet. Just getting a little bit of a warm up here. We won't be doing too much at all on our wrists, but it can be nice to just release them sometimes, especially for those of us that work on computers a lot. So you can also come onto the backs of your hands, stretch the wrists out in the opposite direction. You can even bring the fingertips toward the knees, sit back toward the heels, bend one elbow and then the others, get into the forearms a little bit more, that feels good. You can either stay with your wrists in this backwards position, or you can turn them back around to face normal, and we'll just start to move through a few cat-cows. So you can inhale to lift the chest, lower the belly, and then as you exhale, round the spine up, tuck that belly button in, toward the spine, tuck the chin, inhale to lift, let the belly drop. And then exhale back through cat. Tops of the feet press into the mat, round the spine up. And then one more like this. Nice. Now coming back, if you have the wrists turned, you can turn them back to normal. And then we'll inhale, lift the right arm up for thread the needle on this side. As you exhale, right arm comes underneath that left elbow, settling your right shoulder, right ear to the mat. Again, you can have the right palm up or down. And you can leave the left hand where it is, or you can reach it out straight in front of you, towards the top edge of your mat. Or you can loop it around behind the back and maybe hold on to that right inner thigh. Just find some stillness here. Once you get into the position that feels best in your body, feels like you're getting the biggest stretch that you can hold for a couple of minutes. And then just allow yourself to surrender to time. As it passes, the body will unwind, start to relax and release. Start to move the stretch beyond the muscles. Once those muscles relax, the fascia, the tendons, the ligaments all get the benefit of these stretches. So with the longer holds, we're just able to move even deeper into the pose. You might notice yourself settling down, being able to open up a little bit more with each breath. Tiny little micro movements in the body with each inhale and exhale. Inhale creates space in the body, and the exhale releases tension. You can just imagine that happening on each breath. If your monkey mind needs a banana, that can be something that you give it. All the different sensations available that happen with each inhale and exhale. in this pose. You can start to move the left hand back in front of the face if you haven't moved. And then start to inhale and lift that right arm back up to the sky. And then we'll exhale, set it down. Beautiful. From here, we'll come into our deer pose. So you'll bring the right knee forward in between the hands, and then start to sit back onto your right hip. See if you can bring the right foot more forward for a figure four type of position, so 90-degree angle. And then your left leg will also come into a 90-degree angle. Might be a little bit off your mat, so if you want your blanket for cushioning, if anyone needs a blanket, I can grab you one. Blanket. Right here. Do you need a blanket? No, thank you. Awesome. So when you're in your figure four with your right leg in front and your left leg out to the side and behind you, you'll start to drape your torso forward and down over that front leg. Just move slowly. If you need a bolster or a block underneath your hip or to lean your arms in front of, you can have those options. And if the 90-degree angle doesn't feel good, you can have a deeper angle on that, so you can bring the foot in closer to the body if you need to. So again, just find the position that works best for you and your body, and then start to melt down, surrender, and yield to the passing of time. We'll be here for about 3 minutes or so. And anytime your brain wants more to focus on the breath, you can do a body scan. Start to notice anywhere you might be holding tension, releasing it from the forehead and jaw. If you're holding any tension in the hands or the fingers, the shoulders, or the hips, this pose really targets the hips, so you're most likely feeling a squeeze in the outer right hip or maybe in the outer left hip. You might also be feeling it in the lower back. So again, just use the magic of intention with your breath to send it into those areas you're feeling it. Just imagine the breath moving into those areas like water and clearing out any of that tension that you don't need to hold on to. A few more breaths here in this one. The hips also can be a place where we store emotions that we didn't have time to process in the past. So if you're noticing any feelings coming up, just allow them to be felt. Give them your attention for a moment and let them pass on by. Typically they will move through without you having to do much of anything except notice them. So as you next happen to inhale, you can start to press into your hands, to your right hip. You can bring your left leg out and around and in front. And bring your right foot into that inner thigh. So we'll be in this half butterfly type of position. And we're going to fold forward in between the space created by our legs. So if you want to have a bolster to rest your torso on, you can do that. And when you're ready, you can inhale, lift the arms up by the ears, really lengthen through the spine. And then exhale, fold forward at the hips. Reach the arms down to a comfortable place on the floor or next to your bolster. And then once you get as far as you can with your chest reaching forward, you can start to curl the forehead down, chin to the chest, rounding the spine. And then breathe. Start to connect in with your inner sense of peace and joy, that inner smile that is deep within, sometimes buried under layers of stress, chaos that we may have in our lives off of the mat. And just tapping into this inner resource, this inner well of joy and compassion can be such a place of strength. You can tap into this anytime. Helps when you're still and present to be able to tap into it more easily. And sometimes just turning the corners of your mouth up into a smile, faking it until you make it can really make a difference. A couple more breaths in this one. And then we'll keep our torso low and just start to shift the torso over to the left leg. So you're just going to be folding forward over the left leg now. So very slight change, but you should feel the difference in the legs. You'll feel it more in the inner thigh. You can stay here and breathe in this forward fold, or you can take the right arm out to the right, reach it out back kind of behind you, and then lift it up and over the right ear toward your left toes for a lat stretch. Getting into those side muscles can feel really good. Position, you can just imagine the right side of the body and chest lifting up toward the ceiling as the left side comes down toward the leg. So it's like our alternate nostril breathing where we're getting opposite sides of the body working together. And we'll start to lift up, reaching the right hand behind us. So have it come down on the mat behind your hips. Point your left toes toward the ground, and then lift your left arm up, lift the hips up. So you're pressing into your right hand, getting a little counter stretch here. And then exhale to lower. And we'll just do 2 more of those, getting a little bit of movement. And this is why we did a wrist warm up, because even this, you could injure your wrist if it wasn't ready for that weight. Nice. We'll come back down, swing the legs around behind you, so we'll come into a tabletop position once again. And then tuck your toes under in your tabletop, walk your hands towards your knees, and then start to put your weight into your feet as you lift the knees up. So this is a way to get into a yogi squat. And take your feet out a little bit wider than your hips. And if you're up and your heels don't want to go down, that's okay. If your hips are up higher, that's okay too. You can take your block and set that under your hips if you need it. You can use the block at whatever height that you need. Or if you aren't needing any of that, you can bring your hands in toward your chest and press those elbows against the knees. And we'll just breathe here for about a minute. We won't stay here as long because it's not as relaxing. This class is more for restorative and relaxing. But it's always good to get into the hips, and I don't know, this pose always makes me feel like I'm connecting with my ancestors who used to sit this way around the fire before we had chairs. So, and I always have to tell the joke that it's the pooping in the woods pose. You know, I mean, if you're out camping, what are you gonna do? You gotta go.
You gotta go.
You gotta go. You can't always find the perfect, log that will support you. So you gotta be able to support yourself. All right, one more breath here. And then you can start to bring the hands down, make your way back into that tabletop, and then we'll bring ourselves into deer pose on the other side. So this time it will be our left leg in front in that figure 4 or 90-degree angle. And then the right leg off to the side, same thing, right angle. You can have your bolster here in front. You can have a block up under your head if you need it. And then just start to fold on forward and down over that left leg. Take your time if you feel any cramping or tension. Sometimes the sides are a little different. So be gentle with yourself, be easy. Allow your body to be exactly where it is, how it is. Try not to have any judgment. Our bodies really do so much for us, but usually we don't give them very much credit. We kind of don't even think about all of the amazing things our bodies do for us until they can't do something. So I encourage you to notice all the things your body does right for you, instead of focusing in on the little twinges of pain or areas where you're not as flexible as you want to be. Maybe focus on something that's going right in the body, something you don't even have to think about. For me, it's easy to connect to that gratitude when I just think about how my heart beats every day, all day long, through the night, while I'm sleeping. I don't have to do anything, and my heart just keeps on beating. It's a pretty miraculous thing. So we're just here tuning into the miracle of being in a human body. The last few breaths here. You can start to gently press yourselves up. And we'll lean over into that left hip. Swing that right leg around in front. Left foot into that inner right thigh. You can grab your bolster, your blocks, and have them in the middle. We'll do our angled half butterfly where we fold forward into this space. And inhale to reach up. And then exhale to fold forward and down. Coming down with gentleness, not force. And rounding in, when you get to that point where your torso can't move forward anymore, you can start to lower the head down and support your head either with your bolster or your block, or you can even just bend the elbows, hold on with your thumbs to the upper ridge of your eye sockets. And then just relax as best you can in this pose. If your mind is wandering into your to-do list for the rest of the day, or starting to reminisce about the past, see if you can just gently bring it back to the breath, the present moment. Staying with the sensations in the body and being here now. Allowing yourself the time, the space to just simply exist without having to accomplish anything or be productive or be creative or make things happen. You're just allowing yourself to be with your body. So we'll move from this pose again, keeping the torso low. You can bring your props with you and just fold over the right leg. to your own degree. Just bringing that forehead toward the knee. We'll stay here for about a minute and a half or so. Just feeling a different area of the body get stretched and lengthened. You're welcome to stay in this position, or you can take your left arm, bring it out to the left, maybe a little behind you, and then lift it up and over that left ear, reaching down toward your right toes. It's okay if it doesn't quite get there, as long as you're feeling that stretch in the left side body. Find a comfortable position with your head and neck, so you're not straining and adding tension here. Just another minute or so breathing into the lats and the lower back and the whole left side of the body as it's lifting up toward the ceiling, the right side of your body lowering down toward the leg. This beautiful union of opposites is available in our bodies. Last breath here. Start to gently lift ourselves up out of this one. We'll come into that counter move. So you'll bring your left hand behind you. Your right toes are going to point down toward the ground, and you're reaching your right arm up, your hips lift, and you stretch in the back body. Exhale to lower back down. Just do that 2 more times on your breath to lift and lower. A little bit of movement in the hips. We're really targeting them a lot today. So it's nice to give them a little bit of a relief. Beautiful. From here, we start to reach the feet out in front of us. Nice straight legs. You can have a blanket roll if you'd like underneath your knees. If you have a tendency toward hyperflexion in the knees, always a good idea here. And just make sure you're on your sit bones. If you need to move any flesh out of the way, you can do that. And we'll come into caterpillar pose, which is a forward fold. So you'll reach arms up by the ears, inhale to lift the chest. And then as you exhale, reach those hands out forward, melt the torso down toward the legs. And you can also have a block or a bolster down in between or on top of your knees so that you can rest your forehead down onto that support. If you can hold on to the feet, that's fine. Just make sure you're not pulling or straining. So again, we're not wanting to create any tension in the shoulders or the neck. We do that throughout our day easily. So we're here just trying to relax and release all the muscles in the body. So just see if you can let the hands rest somewhere where they don't have to do anything. And again, you can just imagine that each inhale is creating more length and space in the spine. Each exhale is allowing you to melt down closer to your legs, releasing tension. You can imagine yourself as a little caterpillar getting ready to come into builds itself into a beautiful butterfly. Just seeing how much you can relax in this pose. Where you can move the breath in to create more space, relaxation. A few more breaths here. You can start to gently lift the torso up, breathing in. And moving your props out of the way, you can start to roll down onto your back. So you can hold on to the backs of the knees, just gently lower everything down onto the mat, releasing the head and neck. And hug the knees into the chest, give them a little squeeze, maybe roll side to side or move the knees around in a circle, getting those hips and sacrum a little massage on your mat. Move in the opposite direction as well. And then we'll hug the right knee into the chest. Stretch that left leg straight down onto the mat. And then move your right knee over to the left. So you can hold on to your knee with the left hand to support it, moving over to the left. You can straighten your right arm out to the right for a nice twist. You can have a block or a blanket or your bolster underneath your right knee if you need to, if it's not quite making it to the floor. You can have a bit of support there. Same thing with your right arm. You can support it with something if it's not resting on the ground. Or you can also take some big arm circles. That will help open up that chest area to allow you to get that back of your right hand down onto the floor. And once you find a position that feels comfortable enough, just settle into that stillness. You can stay here in this twist, or you can come into cat lion's tail, just bending the left knee, reaching down with the right hand for that left foot. Once you've found it, you can grab hold of the left foot, give it a little tug, pull it in closer to your hips for a quad stretch on the left leg. And if that doesn't feel good, you can just remain in the twist. Sometimes the back of the left leg will cramp up when you bend and reach, so if you're experiencing that, no worry, you can just straighten that leg back out, come back into the twist. Completely fine to stay back to straight. And start to help your right knee back up through center. Bend both knees again, you can hug them in, move those knees around once again. Then we'll come into the other side twist. So you can straighten the right leg out and down towards the floor. Keep that left knee hugged in. Then send it over to the right. Have your right hand on top of that knee. Just bring it over to your right side. Left arm reaching straight out to the left. Again, take some time to set this one up with support. Whatever you need to get as comfortable as you can in this pose. Allow yourself to relax your muscles and release tension. And again, you're welcome to stay in the twist, or you can bend the right knee, reach down your foot with the left hand and just pull that foot in closer to the hips. Feel that stretch in the quad on the left side. No right or wrong if you're in the twist or in cat pulling its tail. Both are really wonderful stretches. So you can just stay whichever one feels best for you today. Keep breathing. A couple more breaths here in this one. You can start to release the right foot if you had it held, bring that leg back to straight. And then we'll start to come back into your center with that left leg. You can bend both knees, place the feet on the ground, we just windshield wiper the legs from side to side for a moment. And then locate your block wherever that may have ended up. Pressing your feet into the mat. You can lift the hips up, slide that block underneath your sacrum, your lower back. And then just start to release the hips down into the support of the block, putting a nice little back bend, supported bridge here. You can have the block at whatever height works best for you in this pose. And just make sure you have space for the breath, so your chin isn't fully tucked in toward the chest. You can still breathe into that area of the throat. And just see how much you can relax the hips and allow them to rest into the support of the block. you can come into a supported waterfall by just lifting one foot to the ceiling and then the other. Just getting a nice stretch in the hamstrings by flexing the feet. You can also point the toes, get a little stretch in the shins, and just move through those two variations. Also feeling that blood flow from the feet back to the heart. Again, just showing the feet a little bit of love. Feet and ankles, legs, they do so much for us each day. So just let them float up for another moment. And whenever you're ready, you can start to lower the feet down. Lift the hips, remove the block out from underneath you. Start to lower your back all the way back down to the mat. Maybe you can lift the knees, give them one last squeeze. Maybe even round your forehead in toward the knees. Just curling up in a little ball. Giving yourself a nice big hug, showing yourself some affection. And then when you're ready, you can relax on down into Shavasana, our corpse pose. You can also move to a wall if you'd like to continue with legs up the wall, or come into a reclined goddess or reclined butterfly. Any option that you wish for the last few minutes of class. I just invite you to close the eyes if they're not already. Release any remaining tension in the forehead, the eyebrows. The eyeballs just relaxing back into their sockets. Little muscles around the eyes relaxing. Tongue and jaw released, relaxed. Shoulders and arms melting into the mat. Feel the support of the mat, holding your legs and feet and hands. Just letting your body spread like water. And the poet Rumi said that there's a voice inside that doesn't use words. Listen. So allow you some time in silence to listen to that inner teacher, intuition. And I'll let you know when it's time to move out of this pose. set the intention here for a joyful, energetic body.